Hi guys, welcome back, welcome to the channel, and welcome to the continuation of my last video about the third eye. And I went into some detail about the awakening, about the third eye, and how it operates in the physical world and how we use it. And I went through the various stages of what I believe happens with regards to the third eye. And then I touched on this on the spiritual side of things, obviously. However, with this video, I wanted to talk about how the third eye can affect us individually. So I talked about how we perceive things and how we see things and how we operate within the physical world with our third eye, and how it can help us to visualize and to imagine and create things on a physical level. However, the third eye also helps us to see things within our life, also things about ourselves that we might not like, that we want to change, negative patterns of belief, negative thought structures. So I wanted to go into that with this video today, to extend this little bit of, I suppose, an insight into the third eye and how it can affect us. So I've written some notes down, again, like I did with the last video, so bear with me if I do look down. I'm reading the notes. So how our third eye affects us. So the first thing I've written down is the change in habits and ways of being, ways of behavior, addictions, and maybe needing help, and wanting to ask people for help. Because again, when the third eye is functioning and it's starting to see more about ourselves, and like I said earlier, we might see things within our life that we aren't happy about, that we don't like within ourselves. And a lot of people have difficulty with this because there is a kind of a bit of a battle between the ego, your shadow, and what you're seeing and what you're experiencing within yourself and about yourself. And it can create a lot of trauma, it can create a lot of turbulence within yourself as well. And so this is where, when we talk about healing, that we talk about taking your time with the healing, because if you start to see everything for the way that it is through your third eye, then a lot of people will go into states of shock and real deep trauma to have to try and work through it and deal with it, and it could break a lot of people. It does break a lot of people, actually. So we see these ways of being and behavior, maybe addictions, and being able to look at ourselves honestly, with our inner sight, and just say, I need to change something in my life. I need to change this way of thinking. I need to change this habitual state. I need to change this behavior for the betterment of myself, but also for the betterment of the people that are around me, because I can see how it's affecting them, but also ultimately how it's affecting me, and how it's affecting my mind, my body, my spirit, and all the various things that we have to deal with within life when we are connecting to other people. You will see a lot of that within yourself, the things that you need to change. For me, example, I saw that I had to reduce my drinking. I was drinking quite heavily back in the day when I was dealing with mental health issues, and that's another part of the awakening and the third eye opening, is mental health issues, because you see how damaged people are, you see how damaged the world is, you see how damaged you are as well, and the only way you can help and deal with that is to help yourself first and heal yourself. And it's not about being selfish, not at all. It's about looking after number one, because number one fundamentally is the most important part of the journey. You are the most important part of this journey, so you need to look after you need to look after number one. When you look after number one and you're in a place of assistance, and you're in a place where you are stronger, you are grounded, you are more centered, then you can definitely help others and give guidance to others of how they can help themselves, because again, with the third eye, with your intuition, and with this balanced energy within, you can see the fuller picture of things that are going on around people, and you can give non-biased, honest, trusting advice to people to take on board. It's up to them whether they want to take your information on board and utilize it, but what you can do is you can give them that. If they don't want to act on that and they just want to keep doing whatever they're doing and taking themselves down whatever road it may be, then that is their journey. That's something that they have to deal with later down the line. You can't stop that. And that's the other part of the third eye as well. The more you try to follow them and to try to stop them, it will eventually it will affect you. It will affect you negatively, and because it will make you feel annoyed. It will take you out of your presence. It will take you out of your balance, because you're pushing all your effort onto those that you want to try and help, and you can't heal everybody, and you can't force your help onto other people. It is down to them fundamentally, if they are willing to accept, are willing to be open, and are willing to listen to any advice that you have to offer. So there we go. The next thing I wrote down is seeing how behaviors and ways of life are affecting you negatively. So again, this comes down to your behavior, your patterns, your addictions, or anything else that you may have going on in your life, and how it's affecting you personally on a negative level. So it could just be the way that you speak to people. It could just be the way that you interact with others. There may be something within that interaction that, and again, a lot of this can be about perception. So how the other person perceives how you speak, how you're connecting to them, how you're speaking to them, and again, it's about your perception of how they connect to you. So everything is yin and yang. Everything is about balance and about this understanding and this kind of threshold between the two polarities of people. But yeah, these behaviors, these habitual states, these whatever it may be, you become so much more aware of how it is affecting you on a negative level, but also those that are around you. And there are changes that you need to make within your life to alleviate that and to help. And again, asking for help, putting the ego in line, because the ego, there may be other things going on, with traumas and attachments and entities that can make you feel and think, well, no, this is fine, because they're making you think something else, and your ego is feeding off that and thinking, well, everything's fine, when in actual fact it's not. And those attachments and those blocks and cords and entities are taking you down quite a dark pathway, and sometimes you have to go down the dark pathways before you can come back out and realize where you were, where you need to be, and you can put an awareness and a stop on that pathway. So yeah, it really is a powerful form of healing when your third eye all starts activating and operating, flowing easier through healing, through working with it on the various levels that we can. So yeah, the next thing I've written down is actually removing the harmful habits, addictions from your life, and finding that balance. Again, it's about finding that balance, because when you start to move this stuff out of your life, these habits, these addictions, other things can crop up to try to take their place. And again, it's about understanding and seeing what these could be. Some people will, if you're aware and you're conscious with what you're doing and how you're acting, then you will be able to see what these things are that are trying to fill the space that you've just created by removing these negative ways of being and habitual states from your life. But then again, it's about being aware of other things that might want to come in to fill it, such as, it could be gambling. So if you had an addiction to something, then another addiction of some form could come in, because there's at the base of that, behind all the different layers that need to be healed, there is a trauma, or there is an attachment to something within there that needs to be healed on some level, and it's the ego is trying to cover these things up by making you feel happy when you are in contact with this, whatever it may be, this addiction, this habitual state, this habit, this negative behavior that creates this pattern. And it's about breaking that pattern and stepping away from it and seeing the bigger picture with your third eye of what it's actually doing to you and what it's doing to those that are around you as well. So next I've written down is seeing yourself in a different light. So it's positive and negative, but being honest and accepting of changing your ways. So, and again, like I mentioned before, it's about putting the ego in line with your shadow. I've done videos on shadow work and stuff like that before on this channel, so you can check them out. I'll link one below in the descriptions box about starting your shadow work journey. But the ego is, if this is you, this is your human being, this human form. I know it's a hand, but just think of this as you, and your shadow is what lays behind you. So your ego pushes everything behind that it thinks it doesn't need to deal with, and everything that comes up, it's fine, but it pushes all this stuff back subconsciously to the back of your mind, where you believe it's been dealt with and it's away. But sometime down the line, it will crop up and it will create something within that needs to be healed, again, on another layer. Sorry, I've been doing some healing work, so my throat's a bit... I've been burning lots of sage and Palo Santo for a couple of sessions. So and again, positive and negative, and it's about being honest and open and aware on all levels within that. And when the third eye is operating fully and flowing, functioning well, you will be fully aware of that. Your awareness is expanding. And also being accepting of being able to change the ways that you need to change to become the higher vibrational being that you want to be, to become, to step onto a healing journey, to step onto an awakening journey of removing any heavy baggage that you don't need in this life, in this physical life. And I saw a post the other day, and I've seen it a few times before on social media, and it was talking about how basically you are the one that can heal all the lines that need to be healed within your multidimensional existences, within all your lives, and with all those lives that are around you as well, that are connected to you on a familiar level. I can't even speak. I can't even say that word. There's a word in there, and I can't even get it out there. But on a not just a family level, but also on a relationship, friendship level as well. Because all these people that are around you from all the various incarnations of life that you've been through, but they've all played different roles. But this healing that you're doing in this life is assisting with that, and it's alleviating, helping them heal as well. So as you heal and develop yourself, you develop and heal all those others that are around you on an energetic level. So what's the next thing? I can't even read my writing half the time. Changing ways that you talk to yourself, so self-talk and belief patterns, new ways of approaching things in life. So a lot of the time we will speak negatively of ourselves. We will just say, oh, you'll say something negative about yourself. Oh, you're such an idiot. Oh, you're such a fool. Why did you do that? You complete nutter. You will say all these things and put them all out there. But that is energy. Words are energy, and it's all spell work basically. So you're putting stuff out there, and the way you're speaking to yourself is creating that energy, and it's coming back to you. So it's making you feel heavier. So when you are more aware, you start to realize that actually the way I speak and the words that I'm putting out there is actually having a negative effect on me. So you will start to switch your thinking, switch the way that you talk to yourself and describe yourself, and the way you believe in yourself. And you may even look into affirmations and positive affirmations, and to bring more balance and more respect and more peace and more love and compassion for yourself. And that's a big thing. Big thing is bringing self-love and compassion to yourself, and seeing that within you, and seeing that you are a beautiful, unique, vibrant, amazing person on a unique, amazing, vibrating journey. Whatever it may be in this life, you are amazing. Or whatever you are doing, you are amazing. And even if you haven't got there yet, you will get there. You will get there. And again, that's all about this switch. It's this switch of perception. It's the switch of how you see yourself. So don't see yourself as the person that doesn't achieve, the person that can't do this, the person that can't do that, the person that negatively self-talks all the time, the person that speaks bad of all situations. And when when we're going back to this changing habits and addictions and ways of being and behavior, that is part of it. So it's switching that around and changing that awareness and that perception of how you use words, and being mindful of words and what words you put out there and what words you say to yourself, and using more loving, compassionate words to yourself to help your vibration, to help your healing journey, to help you feel better. And when you start to feel better, things flow easier, the energy flows easier within you. The next thing that I've put down is what you put in your body. Food, drink, it all affects your vibration. It all has a vibration, and it affects your mind, body, and your spirit. It affects your health overall. So you become more aware of things that you're eating, things that you're doing to your body, things that you're feeding your body, smoking, drinking heavily, whatever it may be, drugs, recreational things. You will become more aware of that, and more aware, again, as we talk about addictions at the very start of this, you become more aware of that, and maybe you've got to this point and you're still doing some of this stuff, and your body is just like, it's crying out for you to stop. So you need to start listening to your body, and it's like when we're talking about changing the ways that we perceive ourselves and speak to ourselves, we also need to listen to ourselves and listen to our body. And if our body is telling us not to eat this and not to eat, I do love a takeaway every now and again, but I suffer really, really badly. I can't eat them that often now because it just affects my vibration, it affects my physical body. It affects my digestion, so I can't really. It upsets me, as much as it's nice when I eat it and it tastes lovely, but it upsets me, so I have to, sometimes I have to just bite the bullet and go through with it, because they are nice, they are tasty, but I just now limit myself to one just every now and again, because it's just too much. And that's the same thing. It's about what you're putting in your body, what is affecting your vibration and everything. Even water. One of the best things you can do is filter your water, because it came to a point where I realized, and a lot of people that I was talking to, we're all saying that there's something about the water. There is something in the water that is making people permanently sick and permanently ill. And when you look at what water is and how it's basically just circulated and filtered and put all these chemicals in, and then you're drinking it. You know, what's it doing to your physical body, but also what's it doing to you on an energetic mind, body and spirit level as well. It's having a really detrimental effect. So filtering the water, I found, has had a real it had a real eye-opening effect for me with my third eye, because a lot of that shit is just taken out, and it's not going into my body. And also fluoride-free toothpaste is another thing that when I changed the water, I also felt I need to get fluoride-free toothpaste. So that's what I've been using for the last goodness knows how many years. And again, that when I have had to go back and use a fluoride toothpaste, it's awful. It burns my mouth. But when you're using it all the time, you're desensitized to it. You don't realize it, but it's actually burning, and it's having an effect. You know, if you're swirling it around, it's going in your gums, and goodness knows what else it's doing. But it's having a detrimental effect on, especially on your pineal gland, on your third eye, because of all the fluoride that's in it. And you know, it's been proven that it is a neurological thing. It does affect the mind, it affects the brain. So just being aware of what you put in your body that's affecting your vibration. And then the last thing that I've wrote down here is people that negatively affect you on some level, and you see them in a different light, perhaps. So there may be people that are around your circle, and we talk about this all the time on awakening videos and on awakening journeys, where a lot of people do move away and don't connect with you on the same level anymore, because your vibration has changed, your vibration has shifted. It's not in the same dense or heavier frequency of what they're in, and yours is becoming lighter, it's becoming different, and these people just move away. And it's nothing personal, it just happens. It's just part of the process. But you may also see people that you're still around and you're still connected to, but you may see them in a different light and see them for who they truly are, because of this fuller awareness, because of the third eye, because of this healing that you've been doing on your journey. And it's made you more aware, more open, more perceptive to things that are going on in and around you, personally, and with other people that are around you. So there we go. So there's just a few thoughts for how the third eye can affect us individually, on our lives, on our awakening journey, moving forward. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this gives a little bit of insight and information into how it does work and how it operates, and how it really is beneficial for us on so many levels to work with our body, with our energy, in a holistic level, you know, mind, body and spirit, working on all the different layers, not just the physical, not just covering things up, but looking at the full picture of what is going on within our bodies. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed. Do give me a bing if you did enjoy the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. So much love to you all. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.